Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world away and it's massive day today, and by that I mean I'm going to be building the Deagostini Collectibles release of the 1/6 scale Shelby GT500 Mustang. So we've got 5 stages here. I haven't even looked at them, but I do have them behind me here. I've had to scatter this one round rather than keep it in storage boxes because it is so big, it won't fit in storage boxes. You're going to see that today as I build this. I believe we're still doing some of the interior today. I think last pack we're working on the seats. Now, if you want to get this for yourself, again, I don't know if this is still available, but I have put it in the video description and there's also a QR code on the screen there. But I'm going to jump straight into it without further ado. Let's get cracking. So what are we doing? I'm intrigued. Okay, stage 64. Here's the magazine. Looking just like this. Each stage comes with its own magazine. And it looks like we've got another piece of the floor pan here, which we're going to carpet. Then we're going to be attaching to this to what we've already created just there. So at the end, that's how that's looking. That looks pretty cool. So I better get the floor pan out from my box of tricks I've got. So just to remind you what we have been doing, that's where we're up to at the last pack. And again, for size, against my head. So here you go, here's stage 64. Let's get this out. And I'm doing one of my favourite things that I do on this channel is the carpeting. So we're going to be doing some carpeting here. So the first bit I need just looks like this here. Now if I turn that around that way, this piece I believe, let me get this right, is going to be going on this side just there. Then we've got this piece going this side, and then finally this piece here is going to be going around the centre there. So let's put these in, peel off the backing paper and just bend it down at 90 degrees just so I can line up the zigzag here with the hole just here. That's looking good. Just line up the other hole too, pull the rest of this off, and there you go. That's in place there. The little tab at the end, you can just pull that off. So, same on this side. And then this is probably going to be the hardest bit, just putting this over the top here. So I'm lining up the back. Just get that folded over. Just like that. Then I do have this here, which is going to help to cut this into the sides. I think this comes from one of the old Mike Lane carpeting kits, actually. And there you go. That's the carpet in place. So bringing this over, I'm going to turn this gently upside down, and you can see, probably hopefully on one of the cameras here, how this is going to go. It's going to go on top just like that. We're going to be pushing this lug here into the hole just there. So let me get this in. And of course, I've snapped the gear stick off, haven't I? That's happened a couple of times now. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave that off until it's time to put that in the car, and then I'll just glue that back into position now. I do need some screws here though. PS25 screws. And screw these in here. So 2 each side. So the last screw just going in here. And with that in place, that is all there is to do in that stage. In stage 65, again, here's the magazine. Few little detail bits here. These look like, are these the mats? Looks like we're going to be putting the mats in the car, which are going to go underneath the pedals there. And then we're putting little, look at the detail of this. We're going to be putting some little rubbers, by the look of it, on the pedals. So that's interesting. We're also going to be putting some more screws in there as well. So, wow, I didn't realise we're going down to that sort of level of detail. So get this open. We've got the belts in here as well. And I'm going to need this larger mat first, looking like this. I want to put this double-sided sticker on the back of this. So line it up. Get that into place. Now on these inner sides, just here, again, I have just zoomed up my top camera. I've got some pads here to put in. These are sort of like a felt material, very similar to the carpet there. So they're going to go in there. They do have tabs on which I do need to break off. So it's probably best to hold it by the tab and then peel that off. Put these in. There you go, the detail of making a car mat. Have you ever seen this sort of detail before? Okay, there you go. Got one bigger one to put in the middle. And there you go, I've just made a really detailed car mat. So I can now take off the other side of this double-sided sticky tape. Like that. Bring over the interior. And I'm going to stick this into place, just into the position you can see here. And there we go, we've got a mat in. Okay, put that to one side. And this time, doing exactly the same thing, but with the smaller mat. So once again, I do have a double-sided tape to go on the back. And just put these little carpet pieces in here. Now this time, these are all the same size. So, another one created. Peel off the tape from the back. This time, this is going into the back place that we've got just there. Excellent. Put that to one side. I'm now going to be working on the seatbelt system here. So I need this, which is labelled with an L, and I'm going to be putting a tab on. Now this tab is going to be going on this way, just over the top, and it's actually held in with a PS05 screw. So I've got that here. This build is so big I don't have to use my small screwdriver. I'm using my big screwdriver for everything. Okay, I'm going to be taking what we just created. That's going to go into this area just there. And once again, that's held in with a PS05 screw just from the other side. Screw that in. So now with the seatbelt, I want to make sure this is round the right way like this. And I'm going to be putting this into the slot just here by the central tunnel. So it's coming out the other side. Just like this. And I'm going to be securing that into place by just pushing it over the lug here. Just like that. So now, as you can see, we have got a buckle in place, which I can now just keep on this side. What will happen is, when it's over this way, see it's around the right way, I'm going to put the seat in now. So here's the seat with this on the left hand side. I'm going to be dropping these big lugs into the holes just there. And I'm going to be securing that in from the other side into the holes here with PS14 screws. So one here and just one here. Now I can connect this seat belt just on the other side by slipping it over this section here. And there you go. That's all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 66, I wouldn't be surprised if we're repeating what we've just done on the other side. Let's have a check. Yep, we're going to be doing the mats just like that. So what I'm going to do, oh, it looks like we're putting the seat, the belt and everything in that stage. So I will keep this as a standalone stage. But I am going to be able to whiz through this stage now. So once again, I'm going to be putting the double-sided sticky tape on the back. I think I'm going to do both mats together at the same time. And then put all of these inserts in. So there you go, they both look like that. Before I put them in, I am just going to do this little part here as well. So basically I'm taking this bracket, pushing this into here, and holding that in with a PS05 screw. Bring over the inner floor pan again, take the adhesive off the back, and put these in. One there, let me just shut that glove box. Back one in here. Puts the seat belt into place there and hold from the other side with a PS05 screw. Take the seat belt, make sure it's the right way around, and feed that down the bottom here. Hold it there so that from the other side I can put this over the lug here. Excellent. Put the seat into position. That's held in with two PS14 screws. So that's the seats in. Attach the seat belt just to the other side to keep that nice and tidy. And there you go. That is all there is to do in that stage. In stage 67, here's the magazine. And by the look of it, we're now putting another part of the inner floor pan in, attaching that in, so we're extending that out. So that looks like that. Quick stage, so I am going to bundle the last two stages together. Here's the rest of the magazine. And then finally, stage 68, which looks like that. What are we going to do? We've got another interior rear platform that we're going to be putting in as well. So as that's in place, basically the whole of the interior seems to be complete. So I think I will put the gear stick back in as well. And that's the rest of the magazine. So I'm going to open both of these packs up and put all of these parts out. So first thing I need is these PS25 screws. So going to be starting with this piece here, looking like that, having it this way round. Bring over the floor pan, just like this. This is going to be going on top. Just in the positions there, held in with those PS25s. And I need 4 of these. If I turn it around that way there, all that's left to do is we're going to be putting this piece on now. That's just going to be going over these pieces just here. And this is held in with PS05 screws again. So if I get the middle one in first, I'm sure that's going nowhere, and I'll just put the other 2 in. Now there is one thing that you'll probably see that I still need to do, and that is grab a PS08 screw. Now this is a flange screw. I'm just going to be putting this section here over the middle tab and screwing that in so that can't come out. Perfect. And with that in, that is all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. Look how big this actually is. Now most of our 1.8 cars are just this size, so you can see how 1.6 really does make a difference in there. I will put that gear stick in for the thumbnail for this build, for this video should I say, but looking pretty impressive. I really do hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.